Hello guys, in this video we'll create a basic Rust app and then we'll use Nginx as a load balancer to evenly distribute the traffic to our instances. So let's get started. First of all, we'll add our web server code. So for that we need a few dependencies. So let's add them. First of all, we need Tokyo for our async programming. If you have been following my series of Rust, you are well versed with these dependencies. Then we'll add the features as full. After that, we need Axiom for our web server with the latest, and we need .env for environment. Build it, and you can use cargo build if you're not using IntelliJ. Once the dependencies are added, let's move to our project explorer, and here we'll add a directory named config. Inside the config directory, we'll add conf.env, and here we can add instance name as local. Make sure to copy this, and let's get to our man here. Let's quickly spin up a web server. So we'll say Tokyo man. Let's make this async, and here we'll add a handler, and we will return with JSON of string. Make sure to import this from Axiom, and here we'll say .env.ok, and after that we'll say let instance name env var the name that we copied, conf env. Let's add this name, and if we cannot read it, then we can say cannot read env variable, and then we can just do JSON from instance name. So let's quickly go here. We'll say let app router new route slash health, and here we'll say get handler. So basically the idea here is whenever we will call slash health, it will return the instance name of where the app is running with 200 OK as the status code. So let's get to the TCP listener. So we'll say Tokyo net TCP listener bend. Here you can pass the local host and the port. I'll pass 3000. Await, unwrap, and then finally let's start the server by passing the listener app and doing await, unwrap. Let's add a print here, listening. So we have our app code ready. First of all, we'll run this on localhost and test if it's working. So open your terminal and make sure you are in your same code base, and here first of all we have to pass the instance name local, and then we'll just do cargo run dash quite. As you can see, the app shows listening. Now let's move to any of the testing tool. I will use Insomnia, and you can use any that you prefer. So once we are in Insomnia, we'll do localhost 3000 health. There you go. It returns the name of the variable that we passed. So instance name is local, and it returns us local with 200 OK status code. Now let's build the Docker image. So for that we will stop our app and move to our project explorer, and let's add a Dockerfile. Once you add your Dockerfile, just do from rust latest as the base image, and work directory as slash user slash src app. Copy all the source code, and then we'll just do run cargo build in release, and finally we'll run the command cargo run dash quite. Once you have finished written your file, open the terminal, and here we'll see if we have Dockerfile, and that's where we are. We'll just do sudo docker build. Sorry, actually we have to do sudo docker build dot ht the name, so I'll name as app and tag as latest. You can keep any that you want, and let's press enter. So we have to add the password. Let's wait for the app image to build. It's still building, so let's wait for a couple more minutes. Okay, the image is finished building. If we do docker images, there you go, we have app latest, and we just built it 8 seconds ago. And yeah, so let's clear this, and now go to our project explorer, add a new directory. We'll name this deployment. Inside the deployment directory, let's add a file, docker compose.yml. Now let's start writing our docker compose. So here we'll say version as 3, services, so rust app instance 1, and image app latest as our image, the one that we just built. Pass the environment variable which we have here, and for this we will pass the name as server1, and after that ports 3000. So we are not binding the port, it's just for internal usage of Nginx. And then once you add this rust app instance 2, so let's run the second instance as well. Image same app latest, and same way we will pass the environment variable, and here we will name as server2, ports as 3000, and here we will pass now run the Nginx service, so image as Nginx latest, volumes dot slash Nginx dot conf etc Nginx dot conf, and then we'll say ports bind 8080, the default HTTP port, and then we'll say depends on, and here we will say depends on rust app. So basically we want these both containers to run and then our proxy to run. So let's go ahead, and our Docker compose is ready. Now we have to add this Nginx Conf file. So make sure this is the sibling of your Docker compose. If it's at the different directory, then make sure to add the path accordingly. So now go to your project and go to the deployment folder and add a file, and which should be the same name as we define the name here, nginx.conf. Now let's write this file. So here first of all we'll say worker process 1 http, and here we will add upstream axiom as the name, and here we'll add server rust app instance 1, which is the name we gave into our service, run on port 3000. As you can see, the name, the port, same here, same we have to do for the second instance. So you can register all that you have. I currently only have 2, so I registered here, and after that we'll say server, and here we'll say listen 80 location inside the location we'll pass proxy pass http axiom proxy set header host $host, and then we'll say proxy set header x real IP dollar remote address, and then proxy set header x forwarded for proxy at x forwarded for, and after that we'll add proxy set header x forwarded proto scheme. That's pretty much it that we need. Make sure all the convention is correct, all the naming is correct, and once you have it, just save this. And now let's go ahead and run our application. So let's close this file and terminal. Let's go to deployment. We are with our files, and here we'll just do docker compose up. So okay, there's some mistake. It says okay, as you can see there is a small mistake from our side. This should be rust app dash instance 1, and we added just rust app instance 1. Same for this instance too. So let's quickly change it, and let's have another go. So we'll close this terminal and we'll move to deployment. We'll do cd okay, docker compose up. Let's hope it's ready for startup. Okay, as you can see, ready for startup, and after waiting for a few seconds, both of our instances are listening. As you can see, the logs are there. So let's move to our insomnia, and here now instead of 3000 we'll just say 80. There you go, it responds from the server 1, send again, response from server 2, server 1, server 2. As you can see, it's going round robin to our both the instances that we have, and you can also see the logs in your terminal. As you can see, it's forwarding to our app and the response that is received. So that's up and running. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys understand how can we run our Rust app with Nginx. If you do, just like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.